Hi, hello, it's Pip here from queenpipcards.com, and this afternoon, well, it's afternoon for me, I don't know when it is for you watching this, but today I am going to be playing with these. These are our new Santa's bags from the Christmas catalogue, and they're cute as they are. The little drawstring bags, you can pull them together, you can put little gifts inside them, little prezzies. They're quite big. They'll take a whole hand's worth of stuff, if you know what I mean, in there. So I thought I would use the Candy Cane Season stamp set, but also match it up a little bit with the fabulous Santa's Workshop Designer Series paper. So I've just pulled out a few bits and pieces from the Designer Series paper. I've got this gorgeous stripy one here. On the back of it, it's got bows, and these bows match the bows that are on the candy cane. So it all kind of goes together because it's all part of the suite. I'm not really entirely sure what I'm going to be making at the end of the day, but it's going to have some sparkles with it, and it's going to have one of the little elves, I think, or possibly some of the Santa and elves. Not sure. I kind of punched this out. It's got little candy canes on the back. I wasn't really sure. I liked the idea of it, but I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use that for. But I've die cut out one of the elves because I really like him. He's cute. And I've already stamped and punched out a candy cane, but we will be doing some more of these, so don't panic. But what I really wanted to show you, because that's just really the additional tag decoration stuff, but what I really wanted to show you was the fact that you can actually stamp straight onto these bags. So I thought that I would stamp on, normally everybody would stamp it, you know, the thought would be to stamp it on with the red, but I thought I'd go with the green because the garden green matches in with the suite. And I don't know whether I'm going to do, I don't think snowflakes are very good, but I do think that ho 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 and maybe some holly might be good. So we're going to go for this. Oh. And we're going to design it on the fly. So it could all go horribly wrong, or it could all be amazing, in which case I won't need to re-video it. I'll let you know how it went at the end. Okay, so let's start off. We're going to take that out and we're going to pop this piece. This says ho 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 in lots and lots and lots of lines. I'm going to pop that down on here. We should be able to at least get a stripy feel on this. It will take colour through. You can heat set it and then it'll become permanent. Otherwise, just don't wash your bags. I wouldn't recommend washing these bags anyway, to be honest. But what I will do, because the ink will go through to the other side, I'm just popping in a piece of our Whisper White cardstock like that. I'm going to get my garden green ink pad out and making sure that this is the right way up. We're going to start inking this up. Now my suggestion is that you start in the middle. Is that the right way around? Oh, should it be? Oh no, that's definitely the wrong way around. Yes, always make sure that your ho-ho-hos are up the right way. And then I would suggest that you start stamping just a little bit up from the bottom so that it's not right at the base. But you're going to go and you're going to hold it. You need to hold it quite a while for this because it's got to go into and onto the actual material. There we go. And then hopefully you can see that it has actually come out as ho ho ho, and then I'm just going to follow that line along for the next lot. Okay, so they do actually join up, and I'm just going to go a little bit along, and this time you're on the seam of the bag, so you might need to press a little bit harder just to get it into that gap. Okay, but not too bad. It's a little bit faded, but that's okay. It's enough. I can live with that. Then I'm going to come back over here and do this one. Am I going up? Yeah, I'm going up a bit there. Let's come down again. There we go. Make sure you're in the lines of it, and it doesn't matter if there's a bit of a gap. Who's gonna you know, inspect it that, especially when it's got something in it. Nobody's going to inspect it that closely. There we go. So again, some gaps, but also just, you know, ho ho ho, so that's okay. And then, am I going to do the back? Yeah, I might do it all the way around. Let's do it all the way around. I might just make sure we've got lots of ink. This ink pad might be a bit non-juicy. what's the word for that, Pip? It needs refilling. So I must remember to get my re-inker out and give that a go. Okay, there we are. Yeah, definitely, it definitely works better in the centre, but that's to be expected because, you know, it's going across the seam. I might go up higher on this one. Should I? No. No, Pip. If I do, yeah, no, this one. See the decision making that goes in. Oh, it's so tricky. Just to decide whether to stamp it or not. I'm a bit low here. I'll come up here for you. There we go. Oh, I've left a bit of a bigger gap there. Never mind. Let's come over here. I was too much fussing about where I was going to put it. Let's do that. There we go. And the good thing is, nobody's going to, you know, it's not like you're going to get it wet, so it shouldn't run, so that's good. So we'll do this. There we go. Okay, so now what I thought was, now we've got that all the way around, that I would like put some holly at the top. So I've got my holly. So you have an inside and an outside line, and even though it's on fabric, you should still be able to get these working. So I'm going to go and put some holly maybe in the, just in the gaps, like this, where the joins are. And I know that draws a little bit more attention to them, but do you know what I mean? I don't really mind. I think that's kind of just, it's, you know, I'm happy with my joining. There we go. Over the other side, one in there. And because this is a bigger stamp, you can see that it's quicker to take the ink onto the fabric. But I like the fact that our inks and stamps are not just for cardstock and paper. You can do lots of different things with them. Now here's the proof in the pudding, as it were. Can I get these lined up? Probably not great on camera, because you know me. But I'm going to give it a go. I'm not sure if it's actually adding anything, to be honest. A little bit, maybe not enough. I don't know whether that actually adds much, to be honest. We'll keep going. At least I got that one lined up better. I think this probably would work better on, well, I know it works better on cardstock because you can get some real depth going with your holly leaves. But you get the idea. I think it just adds a little bit of something. Not a massive amount, but just enough to like edge the leaves properly. And I realise I'm coming further and further down because I'm trying to see through the top of the... Oh dear. Oops. Never mind. There we go. Let's do this one. Nearly there now. And you know, this is pretty much all I wanted to do with this bag. You don't really need to do massives, just to give it, you know, a bit of shimmer and shine. And then the only thing obviously it does need is some holly berries. So I needed to get these little tiny berries off. And then I don't have another little A block, so I'm going to stick this on my G, because your G is okay. And then we can just pop those down in there. They'll look great, even though I haven't got my holly berries, my holly leaves quite as close as you might want sometimes. There we go. So this is Poppy Parade, which is the other red that goes with this set. I'm going to try and put the large one down there, I think. There we go. Oh yeah, that adds a little bit of something. Oh, should it go that way or should it go the other way? Maybe it should go that way. Don't mind, I think it looks great either way, to be honest. We'll do it alternate. Then at least it matches. And see, the red really doesn't need to be held down very long because that is coming off and going on really well. Cool. So there we go. So we've got some holly and some holly berries and some ho 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 going all the way around. And then obviously you're going to have to move this. So now I've stamped that, I can take this piece card out. Now you can't actually put, you know, designer series paper attached to that unless you do little tiny pieces and attach it to that. But doesn't it look cool when it's all like just done up like that. If you know, pop something inside and then did that up, that looks quite cool actually, like that. But we do want a little tag, and I don't think we want a very big tag actually. I'm not even sure that this is, I don't know that that's the right thing. Let's try, if that was to tie up like that, because you'd tie it like that, wouldn't you, so that you could get it out again. Tie that like that. I think we might just want to have something that dangly attaches to that. So I'm going to cut myself, where are they? I'm going to punch out, from here, I think in the stripy red, but with the bow showing. Shall I do that, or shall I do it out of the green? Decision. Oh no, that, or maybe out of the red. No, but then that's not going to show up. But I think that would still show up even on there. Maybe not. Maybe it needs to be on the green. So let's do this. What's on that side? That's just that. So let's punch out some of this. I like the stripes because it kind of matches with what we've been doing with the ho ho ho. So this is the pretty label punch. So if I do 2 of those, actually, do 2 of those, we can stick them together, and then that makes a double-sided green tag. See, you don't always need 2 sides the same. So I'm just using my favourite glue, my multi-purpose adhesive, because it gives me wiggle room, especially when I'm sticking 2 things together like this. You need a bit of wiggle room. There we go. Okay, that's nice, we like that. Then we're going to put a little candy cane on, and this is from the, I've shown you this before, I'm sure I did another one with this, with the candy cane on. And then we're just going to stamp one of the little bows. Now the bow, I'm going to actually stamp it in one of the colours that matches this suite of papers, even though it's not particularly obvious from the ones that I've chosen, but it's the Coastal Cabana because the colours just go really well with the green and the Poppy Parade. So let's just do this. Oh, sorry, just getting out my packet of pieces of Whisper White, you know I do that. There we go. Oh, look, see, and the hollies come through. That's why you always protect your table with a bit of grid paper. And there we go. So we're going to do a Coastal Cabana, and I did the inside first. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's all right. I thought I had a bit of dust on it then, but I haven't. And then you go back in and you do the outline. So it's a bit like with the holly. You can do it the other way around if you like. I just find that this gives you a bit more depth. Well, that's missed it a bit, hasn't it, Pip? Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I'll go a little bit further over. It's like the holly. I needed to bring my head over a little bit. You could probably have seen that was going to go out, not me. Oh, I've done it even worse this time. Okay. See? Everyone who says, oh, Pip, you never make a mistake. Every time I do a video. And I'm not going to edit it out because it's good for you to see me making mistakes. There we go. See? 3rd time lucky. In all things. Right, so you can get your idea there. This is what it's going to look like. And then sorry about that. I just needed to go and get my candy cane punch. So this is the candy cane punch, which as you can see has been well used at class last week. Good Lord, what were they doing to it? Anyway, so it's been well used, but it's fine. So you just need to line up your bow with the cutter in there. If you do it this way, and then you can use both hands like I've shown you before to punch out, because it's so much better for your punches to do that. Okay, So I think that we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. That looks alright, doesn't it? And then we punch a little hole in the top, and we'll put some, no, I haven't got my, where's my hole punch gone? I think I've only got my crocodile in here. Yes, I do. Okay, so we do a smaller gizmo now that's not quite so fearsome as this. But I'm just going to pop a little hole in there so I know roughly where we're going to use that. That's going to be for our twine. There we go. And then, I don't know, do we want an elf or do we want a candy? I like the candy cane, I think. See, the thing is, it's my Santa's workshop week, okay? So I'm doing a whole week of blog posts and Facebook posts and whatever, all about Santa's workshop. But, you know, this is part of that suite. We've had this conversation. I'm sure I've told you this before. Maybe I've done this before. No, I know I haven't. But we have talked about this before, that actually the candy cane is actually in the Santa's suite as well. I could pop him on the back maybe, although we do need to have a to and a from somehow on this. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get a circle. Which one have I got up here? No, it should be the 1.5, but I think that's in my bag for class. That's showing through, so I need another piece. So here we go. So we'll have a little piece, because it doesn't matter how big the to and a from is, as long as you can get a name on it, and it fits in there nicely. See, like that? That's the 1.25. Fits nicely like that. The 1.5 comes all the way to the edge, but actually I quite like that. And in the candy cane there is a for you, so you could put either be jolly or for you as the sentiment on the back, and then you could write the name of who it was for, so that you didn't get it mixed up with anyone else's. I'm now running out of blocks again. Here we go. Obviously normally I'd clean them and reuse them, but it's just, life's too short on a video to be cleaning my stamps in between. Okay, I don't want to bore you with all that. So, yeah, that's cool. We're going to put little for you at the top. Ta-da, like that. So cute. I love it when there's small sentiments like that and they just stamp perfectly, because they just look great. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a minute because it's Poppy Parade, so it's red, so, you know, it's going to take a little while longer. I'm going to put my little bow. Oh, I've left the lid off of this. There we go. Put my little bow on my candy cane. Probably about there-ish, I think. Let that dry. Whoops. See, because it's wet at the moment because I put a little bit too much on, but we don't worry about that. Let that dry for a minute. And then I'm going to start assembling this all up. So we will put this on the back so you can write on it. Got to know who you're going to give the little bag to. So that can go there. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, straight pip. No, turn it round. So, yeah, that's fine. That's good. I think. Close enough. Right, that's there. Then on the front I'm going to use dimensionals, obviously. Little dimensionals, because we want it to just go... I kind of want it to go above the hole, but I don't want the hole to be covered up, if you know what I mean. So, and I don't want the stickies to be showing on the back. So kind of there, down to about there. This is how I work it out. It's all by fingers. There. Okay, so now I know that if I go up that candy cane, it's going to be okay. There we are. So that's my candy cane. And then I'm going to use some twine. I'm going to use some white twine, I think. Maybe some vanilla twine. What have we got here? Whoops. I have got my, this is my twine box. I've got my vanilla twine. I've also got my, that's petal pink. I don't have my garden green because that's in my glass box, and if I take it out I'll never remember to put it back in again. So Oh, I've got some lemon lime, but that might be a bit... Oh no, actually lemon lime. This is from one of the kits. This is from the... Which kit's this from? I can't remember now. It's one of the kits. It might even be last year's kit, but I always keep the twine because it's so useful. And all we're going to do is tie it onto that. Actually, maybe we should use ribbon. No. No. Stop it, Pip. Go with twine. See me getting carried away there. Right, here we go. So, let's do a bit of twine. I'm not sure if I'm going to tie a bow yet, so I'm going to make it a little bit longer. My ribbon scissors with my little crown on. This month, I'm giving all my customers a beautiful star snowflake trinket scissor charm. So if you don't know what a scissor charm is, this is a scissor charm. It's just a little charm that you attach to your scissors so that when you go out crafting, you know that they're your pair of scissors and nobody else's. It's always helpful when you go crafting in a group to have a scissor charm. So I am doing a gift of a scissor charm made by me for my customers from anyone who orders this month. So, oh, there we go. I've bought lots and lots of the new snowflake trinkets, and they're going to be my scissor charms because I think they're lovely. Okay, so that's that piece. I think we can do away with the... Although the vanilla's great, you know, because it is vanilla, matches really nicely with the bags, but you can get away with white because the cords are white. So they're doing that an awful lot, I've noticed, Stampin' Up. We're having a lot of bit of one, bit of the other kind of thing. I've been waffling on here for a long time. I must hurry up, I'm sorry. Right, let's pop that on there. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this, thread it through one of the lines, okay, through one of the tassels, and I'm just going to tie that in a double knot because you don't want it coming off before you've tied everything. There we go. And then tie that in a bow. I didn't need quite so much, but that's all right. Always worth to have a little bit more than a little bit less. That's that one. No, that's still that one. That's that one. Okay. And then I'm just going to tie those, cut those off because we don't want them interfering too much with the actual way it works, the mechanism for this. So it will swing around like this to start off with, but then as you pull that together, pull that down, and then you can just tie that in a knot there, or in a bow, or however else you want to attach it together. So there you go. There's my little candy cane lane. Actually, no, it's not candy cane lane, that was last year. Candy cane season, with some hollies and candy cane and a ho ho ho. I might just put a little diamante on there, I think. Take one of these non-frosted, one of the big ones. That could fit quite nicely on the middle there, especially when you use your Poppy Parade blender pen, because then you can colour it in. So this is, because it's alcohol based, you can colour it and it will dry on the shiny. So just be careful while it'll be wet for a few moments. So I'll try and handle this as little as possible, she says, getting it everywhere. Famous last words, there we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop that, oh yeah, see, that's going to look good there, isn't it? Pop that down there. Look, see, that ties in with the little berries then. So there you go. That is my Santa's sack, little Santa's bag, Christmas gift wrapping with some candy cane season on top for my little tag. That cute. Hope you've enjoyed today. Come back again soon. I'll have more for you every week. Thanks very much for watching. See ya. Bye bye.